Hi everyone, welcome to the Classic Code online software courses on Informatica Power Center, Informatica Cloud, SQL, Unix, and Python. Today, we will see one scenario in Informatica using IICS. Okay, the scenario is we need to pass the total records into a new column. For example, this is the source. I have source. I have ID and department. Two columns are there. Okay. And I want to generate a target like below. I want the ID and department. Along with that, I also want to pass all department count to all the records. Okay. So I have total 4 departments. I have to pass 4 to this one. If I have 5 departments, I have to pass 5 here. So basically, I need to find out the overall count and then assign it to all the records. Okay, this is my scenario. For this, I'm taking the source. Okay, this is my source data, correct? ID and department. So I'm taking this source and I'm storing it in my local path. Okay, so let me go to the path. So D drive. Let's see, go second. So I'm storing this under courses. IICS. So I have this, the source is here. So this is my path. So I created connection for source and target. So this is a flat file. Okay. Now I logged into Informatica data integration service. Now I'm creating a mapping. Okay. Go to mappings, create a mapping. Okay. So this is the first scenario, m underscore scenario 1. Okay. And I have to take the source here. The connection is source scenario source file. And I will select scenario 1 source, S1 source. Okay, let me check the fields. Okay, so ID and department are coming fine here. And I have to send the data to the target, correct? So let me also select the scenario target file. This is my connection. So this will point, this connection will point to target, okay, to this target path. Okay, so here I will generate the file dynamically. Okay, so let me select this as, so create new file at runtime. I can mark this as target scenario 1 target data. Okay, otherwise you can see it in simple S1 target data.txt. Okay, so here I'm just removing the text qualifier for better visibility. Okay, so I have source and target. Now, if I send the data as is, we don't get this output, correct? So this is my output. So I need to pass total number of records to all the records. Okay, all the records. So how to do that? We need to find out one, we need to use one aggregator. We need to use one aggregator transformation. But if we aggregate and find out the total, it will send out only one record as output. So aggregator alone doesn't work. Okay, so we have to calculate the total using aggregator transformation, correct? But at the same time, we also want to send all the records to the target. So I also want to send all the records to the target, but here I will take one expression. Okay, one expression here. I will pass this here and I will find out the total count in the aggregator. So without any group by, because I want to find out all the record count. So I don't take any group by. I take aggregate, under aggregate, total records as output field, and this will be an integer. So It is kind of, I can take count of anything, count of ID. Okay, I will take the count of ID. This will give me the total count of the records. Okay, and since now we also want full data, all the records to the target, and we also need the count. Now this will give only one record. This will contain four records. So now we have to join these two pipelines using a joiner transformation. So I'm taking one joiner transformation here. Yeah. So what is the join condition? We don't have any common column to join. For that, within the expression, I am taking dummy key. Okay, dummy key. So it can be any integer or any string, but I am taking integer. So integer as 1. You can take any number. This is just a dummy. Okay. And at the aggregate level also, I am giving aggregator dummy key. This is also an integer. And I will assign 1 to this. Same. Whatever you are giving in the aggregator, same thing should be there in the expression as well. Okay. Now I will join these both. I will join these both, master and detail. And one thing is, since it is coming from the same source, but we split it into two pipelines, we must select this sorted input option. Otherwise, the mapping will fail. Okay, if two pipelines are coming from the same source, we have to use this sorted input. Okay, so these are the incoming fields. If there is a conflict, we'll mark this as aggregator underscore, whichever is coming from the aggregator. And in the join condition, we give it as aggregator dummy key equal to dummy key. Okay, so 1 1, it will map 1 1, and it will map all the count to all these four fields, four records. And this we will send out, okay, to the target. But here we will limit the incoming fields. So in Informatica Cloud, so it will get all the fields. So we will limit these fields. Only certain fields we will take. So what all things we need here? Department, ID, and aggregate total. That's it. These three things we want to have in the target. Only these three. Okay, that's it. You can save this. Okay, and we will run this job. So I'll select the TheClassyCode, run. So the advantage in IICS is we can run a mapping. Unlike Informatica Power Center, we can run the mapping alone. But in Informatica Power Center, for a mapping, first we need to create a session. Session we have to keep within a workflow, right? Yeah. Go to My Jobs and check. So this succeeded. So we have total 4 source records and 4 target. Let's check the target data. So this is my target. Okay. So ID and department, along with that, I am getting these many records. Okay. Let's do another check. For example, I have 5th record with recruitment team. Okay. Recruitment. There is a department recruitment for separately. I added a 5th one. So it should dynamically work. Okay. I'm running the same mapping once again. Let me check it once again. Okay. See, now this time the output is the target data is giving 5. Okay. So it should dynamically work. Whatever the number of records we will get, it has to assign that many count to the target. Okay. Yeah. That's how we solve this scenario 1. Okay, like this, we will be solving multiple scenarios. So please subscribe the channel for more. Also, apart from providing online courses, we also provide resume building, mock interviews, interview support, like how to attend an interview, how to follow up with the recruiter, how interactively you have to check the responses or the feedback, how to follow up with them. Also, we provide job support. If you are struggling with your job, if you are newly learned any skill and working on any job, so we will provide the job support as well, especially on Informatica, Informatica Power Center and Informatica Cloud. Okay. So please contact us on our WhatsApp number for more details. Thank you very much.